For Georgia Now News, I'm Jenna Eason. With the amount of data centers rising across the state of Georgia, the question surrounding energy consumption has continued to surface. Georgia Power received approval last year for a historic expansion of power capacity to accommodate for the increase of large load customers. And at the time, advocacy groups questioned the utility company's predictions surrounding how many data center projects will come to fruition in the state. However, a Georgia nonprofit now says the state may have promised more power to data centers than it has to offer. Science for Georgia Executive Director Amy Sharma told GPP News that the state has 81 proposed data center projects, which would need between 29 to 58 gigawatts of power. For reference, the Hoover Dam produces about 2 gigawatts of power. The Georgia Public Service Commission staff is currently reviewing a contract between OpenAI and Georgia Power for a data center in Effingham County. GPB News reports that Georgia Power CEO Chris Womack told company shareholders that once that agreement is reached, Georgia Power will have promised 1 gigawatt more electrical capacity than it has permission to provide. Sharma says that's not wrong, but several more data centers have been proposed in the state.
The problem is there are 81 proposed data centers. Of that, we could find 57 that had listed their square feet, which is the other way that you can use to estimate power. So that's over twice as many as the ones that have listed their proposed power. And of those, you have to use like some math and figure out how to do it. And so that's where we get the number of 29 gigawatts to 58 gigawatts is based on the square footage of the facility.
The current reports that the Effingham County deal was brokered by Georgia Power between OpenAI and the county's development authority, and it happened largely out of public view. Many of the 75,000 citizens of the county still have concerns about the $20 billion project. County leaders argue that the deal will allow the county to eliminate residential property taxes and improve services. Although the PSC is required to review large load data center contracts, it does not have approval authority and operates under the assumption that Georgia Power will resolve any objections to the contract in good faith. Sharma says a lot surrounding data center proposals is still unknown.
This just points out the startling lack of transparency around all of these developments anyways, right? So if you think about it, 25 of them have declared their proposed power needs. We only know 57 actual square footage. There's another 25 some odd that we don't know anything about, and we can't even estimate how much power because we don't even know how large of a facility they're going to be.
Some communities have had success deterring data center development. In Lovejoy, developers have withdrawn their proposed plans of a 403-acre data center campus after residents voiced concerns. Mayor Marcy Fluellen told WABE that residents were overwhelmingly against the data center.
They did not want that development here, and for the very reason that we shared with them. We are a residential city. The location that they chose was a residential location, and it just was not the fit that they wanted.
The city plans to revise its zoning policies to exclude data centers. A Republican candidate for the Georgia Senate has been arrested on aggravated assault charges. Hancock County officials say deputies arrested Tracy Wheeler and her husband Troy. Tracy Wheeler allegedly pointed a firearm at an employee and one of the owners of Amigos Cove, a restaurant near Lake Sinclair. Court filings showed the June 28th dispute was over a broken air conditioning system. In a separate incident, Troy Wheeler and the couple's son, Mitchell, allegedly assaulted the general manager of the restaurant and now face charges of aggravated assault and disorderly conduct. Tracy Wheeler is the Republican candidate for Georgia Senate District 26 and is scheduled to face longtime Democratic incumbent David Lucas Sr. in the November general election. Lucas has held the seat since 2013, and before that, he served in the Georgia House of Representatives. GPB News reports that advocates to keep kids nicotine-free are worried new rules from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration that allow marketing flavored nicotine products could put young people at risk. Brian King is the executive vice president for the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. He says parents should watch out for behavior changes in their children.
It's nicotine, which is a psychoactive drug, so it can affect learning, attention, and memory. And so if you do see a youth with those types of characteristics, it's important that you get them to a healthcare provider to help them quit the addiction.
About 90% of young people who use nicotine products use flavored varieties. The most popular tobacco products among youth are e-cigarettes, which contain extremely high levels of nicotine. That's what's happening in Georgia now. For news anytime, check out our website at heargeorgianow.com. You can also download our app from the App Store or the Google Play Store. And to stay up to date on our content across all our platforms, follow us on Instagram at Hear Georgia Now and Facebook at Georgia Now. I'm Jenna Eason.